New Hilux in stock with bonus $1,000 accessories at Peter Kittle Toyota.
Get all the news you need.
104.7 Triple M.
Hello, Adelaide.
No one knows Adelaide like these guys. Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Overnight news.
Oh, an opportunity lost in the real estate market over the last few days. A house has sold in Larimer. You know that's
Oh, you're kidding.
the
Last stop Larimer.
Last stop Larimer.
Population
And
12.
not bragging or anything, I put Larimer on the map. Here we are, everybody.
That's where Paddy used to live. That's where he went missing.
That's where Paddy went
Psychotic.
missing.
He's never
Now,
been found, Paddy.
He hasn't been found, but Paddy's house went on the market recently.
You're kidding. In
And
Larimer.
population's dropped its from 12 to 7.
Oh, really?
I hope that couple got out. Those semi-normal ones. What were they doing there?
Yeah, don't know.
Great place. Well, you know what? The houses of Paddy sold for $32,000.
32 grand.
There you go. You can get into the housing
Pretty sure
market
that's what
there.
my parents paid in 1981 for
Yeah,
their
right.
house in Paragon.
Renovator's delight.
There you go.
Incredible.
Yeah, so houses in Larimer not too badly priced. This is a bit of a gear change. Drug overdoses are now double the amount of the road toll. 6 people a day are dying, and it's
God.
because of a bit of a surge in heroin overdoses, which has gone up 40% at the moment. There's a new synthetic drug at the moment. People who are heroin users apparently are getting
Fentanyl?
spiked. No, it's a thing called nitazene.
Oh,
Nitazene or something, and it is 100 times stronger than heroin.
Fentanyl and nitazene, as you just said, they're
Yeah.
killing people who
They
have
don't
been-
want to be killed.
A lot of people have been using for years, and they think they know what they can take, and then they get spiked with this, and it's just absolutely horrible.
The court case continues in the United States. Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The funny part about today's proceedings, the judge has said to Stormy, could you just tone it down a little bit? I don't need all the graphic details of what happened.
God.
Apparently she's just warts and all.
Oh,
and
warts?
he's blushing. He's going, no, I don't
Get
need,
those burnt off,
don't
darling.
need to hear all of that.
Just one thing that I've been sort of noticing as this has gone on is that there have been a couple times where she seems to be cracking a joke, trying to get a reaction from the jury, and our reporters in the room have noted that the jury hasn't seemed to respond
No, they're
to
taking
that.
their job seriously.
I mean,
Stephanie Clifford, Stormy Daniels' real name. So Steph, tone it down a bit.
Stephanie Clifford just doesn't quite, Yeah. What would
stick with Stormy.
What would your
Cocky
name?
Queen.
Cocky Queen.
Yeah, your street name and your pet name.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would be Murray Tiger. I don't think that's very.
Oh, that's all right.
Or I always thought Crystal Ball would be a good one.
I like it.
Yeah, that'd be
what would
good.
yours be, Roo? Ramco something, isn't it?
How does it work?
Your first pet name and the first street you lived in.
What? Lucky was my dog.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Street name of the first house.
Ramco Road.
Yeah, Lucky
Yeah.
Ramco.
Lucky Ramco.
I like it.
Did you've really gone off the Olympics and
It's losing
Games
its
and all that,
relevance, I
haven't
think.
you?
Yeah. Too much money and overspending. And
Too much time in between too.
I think
We
so.
just need fast things.
Well, the
now.
world's sexiest athlete just qualified for the Olympics in
Pardon?
Paris.
Who?
Right.
Alicia Smith.
All of a sudden I'm interested.
She's not bad looking
know.
on the eye.
No,
It's
she's
a- you've already had a look, have you?
She gets in every
So
day of the week.
She's qualified and she's quite good looking little German lady.
I don't care if they lap her in the sprints.
Oh, dear.
She needs to be there.
Well, she's not exactly in the blockbuster event.
What's she in?
She's qualified for the mixed 4x400.
Always been my favourite event.
Yeah.
Love
Can't
it.
get enough.
Love it.
Posters on the wall.
That's it.
God, they run hard in the 400 though, don't they?
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Me and my friends. Oh, sorry. No, you go, Hamish. Get
It's
us
not
out of
about
here.
who wins, Roo. It's about participating.
That's
and,
right.
and she participates.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, not bad.
Good on the blocks.
Very good.
It's a Loz. Triple M.
Loz, I said I got a job offer for you. Just show me your hands quickly, please. What, have you
Oh
got the
no,
nice
I
hands?
don't have.
Right.
I didn't pay. My nails are all
All right.
bad. I
Doesn't
can't
matter.
believe you asked me
Not
today.
too late. Well, Domino's are after a hand model. Now, it pays up to $200 an hour, and they're saying it could be as much as 20 grand, for your hands. This is for their ad campaign. You've got to be a master of shadow puppets. Hand flexibility. Hand flexibility and creativity is a must. How much can you do with your hands?
Yeah.
Gee. Can you
Well-
execute a perfect cheese stretch?
Oh.
You've got to think that using a knife and fork to eat pizza is wrong.
Well, that's just.
Who, hands up, who knows a hand model?
I
I do.
Who?
Do you? Who's a hand model?
Gary Ayres' wife, one of my friends.
Get out.
She was a hand model.
You're joking.
No.
I bet she has beautiful
here's
hands.
the job for her, Roo.
Oh my God.
Can you lift
Oh my
them?
God.
Can you minimum of 4 pizza slices per hand and hold very, very still for long periods?
My Auntie Liz was a hand model in the 70s.
Are you joking?
My mum will
they're
kill me if I
everywhere.
don't mention
Wow.
that.
They're everywhere.
My Auntie Liz, yep. Nicole
dozens
Kidman's
of them.
cousin.
Right.
Yep. I actually think hand models have a very difficult job because if you've ever tried to figure out what to do with your hands when you're being photographed, it's the most awkward thing ever. Like if you're ever being filmed doing something, what do I do with my hands normally?
Yeah.
It's really hard. Yeah.
All right.
Put it
Well,
on
send
the
a
pizza
30-second
this
video
occasion.
demonstrating your pizza holding, pizza pointing, or otherwise pizza promoting abilities. Okay. If you want to
Wow.
be Domino's next hand model.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
It's $200 an hour.
Cash, you come in handy.
Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Best breakfast show in Adelaide.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Lehman. I'm Anthony Lehman.
Now, every Wednesday morning, Lehmo, how are you?
Oh, morning, team. Lovely to be with you again. Hey, Dits,
Yeah.
earlier this morning you had a job for Loz.
Oh,
on the
this
show.
is the hand
Yeah.
model for Domino's Pizza.
Well-
They need a new hand model, $200 an
couldn't do
hour.
it. I couldn't
So,
do it.
I mean, it sounds like pretty good money, but you were talking about hand models. Roo, you mentioned Gary Ayres' wife.
Yep.
I can't believe you missed the most famous hand model of them all.
George has become a hand model.
A hand model.
Yes. Let me see your hands.
You can look at them, but do not touch them.
Those are nice. They're smooth, creamy, delicate, yet masculine.
This is one of the great episodes.
Now, Lehmo, I don't know if you know this, but Ditz hates Seinfeld.
Never watched it.
And I sat there through that
Not
whole.
funny, you reckons?
I sat there through that whole segment going, geez, a Costanza grab would be great here, wouldn't it? But I can't talk about it in front of Ditz.
Well,
How do you hate Seinfeld?
well, hang on, I'll
What else do you
replay
hate,
that. I'll rest my replay that. Grab to me and go, what was funny?
Oh,
in that?
no.
Talking about his hands.
Don't start
Lehmo,
this again.
It is not
Don't you
funny.
think it's
Ruin your
ironic?
segment,
Oh,
Lehmo.
sorry, yeah, I don't want to ruin your
Ditz
segment.
is a character from Seinfeld.
Ditz is George.
Ditz is George.
Ditz isn't George. Ditz is the postman. Ditz is Newman from downstairs.
That's a cop. See, if you watched it,
Ditz
you'd
is.
understand Ditz.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you what else Ditz hates? Ice cream and puppies. Unbelievable. What's your favourite comedy, Ditz? The movie Platoon?
No. Go and do yourself a favour. Go and watch the Marx Brothers. There's some comedy.
Marx
Benny
Brothers.
Hill.
Well, you couldn't find a reference from
No.
the 1800s?
No, there hasn't been anyone funny since then.
Hey, Lehmo, speaking of models, have you ever done any sort of promo work or anything like that?
Oh, come on, Loz.
I have. No, Roo.
What?
The first time I was ever, you'll relate to this, the first time I was ever on television, I was on Riverland Television Station 5A.
Yeah, doing what?
I was doing work experience there as a 13-year-old.
Trash and treasure.
At the end of the week, they said, it was like for some local shop in Loxton, they said, can you model a spray jacket for us?
Spray jacket?
I put it on like a winter jacket, and I put it on, and they just kind of have the camera on me for 10 seconds. And if ever you look back at the vision, it looks like a hostage situation. I was terrified.
I'm going to need that vision, Lehmo.
Dig it out. I'm
Yeah.
sure your mum's got it somewhere, Lehmo.
It'll be laying around somewhere. Hey, guys, very quickly for you before I let you go. Met Grant Hackett this week, who told me an amazing story about Michael Phelps from the Beijing Olympics.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Michael Phelps,
You know,
gun swimmer.
Yeah.
Gun swimmer Michael Phelps won 8 gold at Beijing.
8
the
gold in
800 metre final-
Beijing.
Yeah.
in Beijing, when he dived in the pool for the 800-metre final, his goggles slipped up and water filled his goggles. He swam 800 metres with his eyes closed.
You're joking.
Because he'd done it so many times, he just counted his strokes before his tumble turns.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh,
And he
come off it.
He broke the world record and won gold
There's a
with his eyes
lesson.
closed.
Hang on a minute.
Just keep swimming until you bang it on the wall at each end and then turn.
I'm no gold medalist, but I can still open my eyes underwater. I mean, like, surely he could have just opened his eyes.
With the goggles, though, and the goggles full of water, he couldn't, so he closed his eyes. And all I could think was the number of times I've got home in the dark and tried to be quiet.
Yeah.
So, like, look, this is
That's right.
There's five steps to the door.
I kick the front door, trip into a chair, bang my head on the wall.
Yeah, but you're not as good as Michael Phelps.
Oh, yeah. Forgot
I
about
am
that.
not as good as Michael Phelps. But anyway.
Good story though, Lehmo.
Yeah, I
Very
like
good.
it.
It is a good
You
story.
reckon it's true?
That's concentration, isn't it?
I should Google it to see if it's true. Anyway, that might ruin
Goggle it.
All right, Lehmo, go back to your hand modelling.
it. Good on you guys.
Thanks,
Same,
I'm going
mate.
to binge watch Seinfeld
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Catch you next
Bye,
week.
Lehmo.
Bye, Lehmo.
See you guys.
Red It's and Lots, Triple M.
Time to talk relationships, all right? Intimate relationships. Fair to say, we all know someone who's been divorced. I've been divorced, and it seems to be prevalent in this country.
Yeah.
How can we get better at it? How can we improve at it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I went to school with a girl called Wala Truscott, and she had to put up with a lot from the blokes that were in our age group at Wakery High School. But she's moved on, and she's gone into a field that I didn't really expect her to go into, but I'm glad she has, and it's specialising in intimate relationships.
Okay.
Okay.
We didn't do very well at sex education at Wakery High School, but Wala might be able to help us out these days. Good morning, Wala.
Good morning. How are you?
So, what is a common problem with people in marriages and relationships? Do they wait until they're just about to fall apart before they get help, or?
Well, yeah, usually people wait until there's a crisis before they want to actually work on their relationship. So we need to change the culture about relationship education and creating some fun around it so it doesn't seem like it's a bit of a drag.
Because blokes really only, talk to their mates a little bit about it when they're having trouble and stuff. They just go, "Oh, geez, my missus is giving me the shit," or something like that.
Or,
Yeah, well, if you've got more stink eye in your relationship, you're going to have less sexy eyes.
Yeah, more stink eye, less sexy eye. Wala. Well, this probably sounds like an obvious question, but how important is sex in having a healthy marriage?
Well, I think it's each relationship needs to figure out whether it's important to them. It's going to be important to some relationships and not important to others, and both is fine.
Okay.
You would have thought.
But if it is important, it's like having pizza without cheese. You know it's missing.
Yeah.
and I love my pizza.
What about if some people like
Oh,
to have a special cuddle every day and some only really like it once a month?
It's not even about compromise. It's about understanding all the elements of an intimate relationship. So how are you initiating a special cuddles? Is it playful or is it brutal? Right? Are you just going, hey, do you wanna? Like, 'cause that is not sexy.
Isn't it?
No. No, rolling over and just poking us and going, me man, you're woman.
Yeah.
What are we meant to do, Wala? I mean, far out.
Well, you have to learn all the elements of an intimate relationship. That's the biggest problem, is we try and fix a relationship issue with sex, or we try and fix a sexual connection issue with relationship solutions, and neither one of them work.
Okay.
Quite often people say do date night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Date
good.
night is not going to make the sex hotter.
Isn't it?
If you're going on date night and you're talking about, have you fed the dog? We need if you're talking about the logistics of your relationship on date night, and if you think that's going to create passion, you got another thing coming.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but how sexy do you feel after a belly full of curry?
Yeah.
Well, Dits can't do special cuddles
Not
on
on a full stomach.
No.
No. That's one of my rules.
He goes before date night. Yeah.
Well, I actually tell people to do that. Do it before you go on date night.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. Why wait?
Okay.
What, on the car trip there, or before you've left home?
Start with dessert.
I was going to say, some people need to have more random sex in some car park, and some people need to stop.
Yes. So how do you figure out, if you've got a couple in front of you, they're disconnected, how do you figure out whether it is a sexual disconnection or if it's a different kind of disconnection?
Okay, so there are 5 different elements of an intimate relationship, but there's some foundational things that I will ask. And everybody has a love cup and everybody has a resentment cup. Okay. So if your resentment cup is fuller than your love cup, you're not going to feel like your body is going to take a lot longer to kind of come online versus. Yeah. However, we also need to talk about the hormonal systems. So a man's body actually reacts a lot quicker. So, I feel uncomfortable talking about your dick mark.
Lala, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
I feel uncomfortable about you talking about it.
All right, well, don't address him necessarily, but a hypothetical man, you know.
So hypothetically, a man can get aroused really quickly.
Yes, we know.
Right?
Yeah.
And their body reacts really quickly, but it also means they fall asleep really quickly.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Right? So their bodies will respond to what they need really quickly.
Yeah.
But the other side, we don't. We don't have that automatic response to our bodies don't come online as quickly as a male body or a 24/7 body.
So therefore, we are really low maintenance. It happens quick and then it ends quick. We go to sleep.
Yeah.
We are such low maintenance.
Yeah, it's almost like you could just be on your own and deal with it yourself.
You've enlightened us on a lot today,
Yeah.
Wala, for our first session. I think we're going to have to get you back for a bit.
I think so
more.
too. And what you said really, I think about the resentment cup and the love cup really hit a nerve with me, because if you're irritated with someone and you feel like they haven't shown up for you, they haven't helped out like they said they were going to, and then they roll over and poke you and go, you're like, no,
That doesn't
it's
work.
not that I don't love you. It's not that I don't want to be with you. It's that you've annoyed me today and I'm not in the
You
mood.
don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But if, like I said, if there's more stink eye than sexy eyes,
Yeah.
like the way you initiate sex, it's either going to open your partner's body and their heart, or it's going to shut us down, and we're going to want to bury you under the cubby where no one will find you.
Yeah.
Get off me, Wala.
Don't touch me.
Great stuff.
All right.
I'm really enjoying this. I think we'll have to get you back
I
for a
think that
little
was
bit more
brilliant.
education.
Thanks,
Have a good
Wala.
day.
Have a
Thanks,
good day.
bye.
Wala Truscott, intimate relationships.
AutoCam, real-time video from Automasters. Triple M's Rumour Mill, Adelaide's most listened to segment. Hear it every day at 7:40 on Roo, Dits and Loz.
A couple of different ones. Some more AFL player movement potentially. Daniel Rioli plays for Richmond, 27-year-old.
Very, very good football.
Yeah, and pretty close to Damien Hardwick, I reckon, when they were...
Played in Premiership.
That's right.
Long-term coach. His only coach.
Damien Hardwick now coaches the Gold Coast Suns. I think they're into him. I think Daniel Rioli has been linked to the Gold Coast Suns. Not saying much there, Roo.
No, well, I'm just thinking about it because I know he's contracted. So Richmond would have to allow it to happen, which means Gold Coast would have to give them
something
a bit extra.
They're not travelling that well, Richmond, are they, at the moment?
No, they're going into a full-bore
Second
rebuild.
rebuild. From the world of television, and this is a big, big story, which will break, could even break today, I think, but one of our big networks is in serious trouble. Yeah. And it's all the advent of Netflix and streaming TV. I think this is the way of the future.
Yeah.
Our big networks are going to have to streamline in a big, big way. And it's sad.
They've got to adapt, though.
They're
What are
already
you going
doing
to do?
it, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's going to happen in a bigger way. Our networks won't be anywhere near as big as what they are right now, I think, because of the changing world of television. But one of them is in serious strife, and they're cancelling shows already.
They've already been in trouble before.
They have, but they've already cancelled a couple of big shows too.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that come out yet?
It'll come out.
Shivers.
Things that, have been very popular as well.
Really?
They just can't afford to do them.
Crapola.
So there you go. That's where we're heading. Now, we've got an anonymous caller on the line. Hello, good morning. What's your rumour?
This is in regards to some local footy.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Footy Club, who copped a flogging the weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the next couple of weeks, they play the Units, Central United Footy Club, and I heard some whispers there could be some celebrity players making a guest appearance to try to help save the footy club.
Right.
Blokes like Gorridge.
Who, sorry?
Gorridge. Blokes like Gorridge, Eddie Betts,
Gorridge.
Nathan Jones,
Yeah.
Mick Robertson, Tyson Goldsack, and maybe a couple of blokes from Gawler Central may make a comeback.
Now-
they used to play for the Eagles.
Now,
as well.
I've heard this too, but I thought it might be a joke. Is this real?
Oh, this is real.
Wow.
Definitely going to happen.
Okay.
Poor old Central United, who are copping floggings as well, are going to be the ones that suffer from it.
Now, they're out that way as well, aren't they? Aren't they up there somewhere?
Yeah, it's a Centrelink Cup that weekend.
That's rough.
We're about to give you the prize.
Oh.
That was a bit of a kick in the gut.
You know what's worse? How long it took me to get that joke. Like, I was like, Centrelink Cup.
Adam's got one here. Good morning, Roo. My rumour is Hawkins has been goalless for 4 games, but my mail is he'll kick 7 this week against Port.
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
No. You don't get a prize either.
Rumour can be
There's another one on here, Adam, from Elizabeth Park. Gala River Brewing will be opening end of May, June-ish, from Adam from out of Elizabeth. It must be maybe a new business, is it? Or
Well, that's a good rumour and a positive one.
Gala
Can he have the
River
prize? Room?
Brewing.
Must be.
Can he have your special prize for
Should
today?
we just give it to him?
Yeah.
Okay, have a double pass to the Beer and Barbecue Festival.
For your brewing rumour.
Exactly right. And that festival is on July 12 to 14 at the Adelaide Showgrounds. Tickets on sale now at beerbarbecuefest.com.au.
My friend has 3 daughters and she wants to keep going till she has a boy.
Oh, that's a bad
And
idea.
her husband's like, babe, let's just quit while we're ahead
Are you
because
having
we don't
bets on
know.
this?
We just don't know. And she goes,
So
no.
she wants the boy. He doesn't want the boy.
Well, I think they're happy with girls. They love their girls, obviously, but she wants the experience of raising a son. Like she would love that experience. He's kind of exhausted, and he's like, 3 girls is fine. I don't need a son. Like
It's a whole new
the
car
risk-
if you go to 4.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Once you start having more kids, it's about the car, isn't it?
Wagon.
Yeah. But I'm very fascinated by these families that only have one gender with the kids. Like, what is that like growing up in the house? Because we were split down the middle, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Yep.
Very even distribution of hormones and stuff that was going on.
I know a story over in Port Lincoln. There was a family that had 3 girls, and the husband wanted a boy. He was desperate for a boy.
Yeah.
Convinced his missus to go for it, and ended up having triplets. I told you this yesterday. So girls.
Oh.
So they ended up with 6 girls.
6 girls.
Double or nothing.
She wanted to cut the.
Yeah.
after that.
Snip, snip. What wasn't your dad
Yeah.
one of
9.
9
boys.
boys?
Yeah, he had 8 brothers. Yep.
That is
Imagine my poor
insane.
nan. And they're all crazy. So,
We'll finish the story off
Dad.
with what happened.
what? With what?
What happened? Oh, is this a dark story?
Well, didn't he end up going inside?
Who, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, hang on, where's that part of it? You want to know how many bloody...
Well, then
Oh, there could have been more, you reckon?
she had to look after 9 boys.
Yeah, she
On
did.
her own?
Yeah.
And not 9
Big
boys, 9 Ditmars.
Ditmars. Were they all
In
redheads?
the tough times. No.
No?
They're all dark-haired and brown. Yeah, I don't know where I've come from, honestly.
Maybe you're not a Ditmar.
I know. It's really
Have you
weird.
ever thought about
He's
it?
a
Very strange.
Ditmar, right?
9 boys, that's wild.
Yeah.
And, like, you've got 2 boys.
Yep.
Do the Ditmars have a lot of boys?
No, there's a lot of girls as well, sprinkling
Okay.
of girls. All my
Shazza.
cousins. Yeah, Shazza.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Jury's
But,
still out on that.
and the Whiting family from down Glenelg, some
Mm.
of them played footy for Glenelg and Badge Construction. They're 8 boys.
8
So that's another
boys.
family I know of.
Do you know, I know a friend of mine, he's one of 3 boys. His dad is one of 5 boys. He's like in their that family, they haven't had a girl in like 100 years.
They have runs in families.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's almost like somewhere on the other side of the world there has to be a girl version of that to balance it out
Yeah.
in terms of the population.
Yeah.
Have you got all one gender? How many have you got? How many boys do you have in a row? How many girls did you have in a row? And what's it like in the house?
Bruce Abernathy, football fame, Channel 7 fame. He had 3 beautiful girls he's got. He said, build a big shed and get a dog.
Yeah. We're
Pull up
talking
stumps.
we're talking the families that have all boys and all girls. And if it's like 2 or 3, it's probably, not that uncommon. But once we go into the 5s, 6s, like, what's it like in there?
Can I just ask you, and I hope this doesn't sound like a sexist question, but a house full of girls. Say you got, I remember I saw Matthew Liptag at the airport one day, 4 girls, basically
4
there's
girls.
5 women there, and the girls were older, and I thought, getting ready time in the house,
Back in the days of one
straighteners,
bathroom.
You need more than one
the
bathroom.
dryers,
yeah.
everything
It-
that's going at once.
It just depends on the hormones and the temperament of the, some girls are just very easy and chilled. Some have a fire in them that is hard to explain and be around.
I suppose
And if
in
you
the end
put
you
it all
just
together.
adjust that
Yeah.
you know your time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's a lot of fighting. I mean, there's a lot of that stuff going on. My friend was one of 4 girls and it was, they're all best mates now, though, in their 20s. Like, always together.
Well,
but
let's
those
head
teen
to-
years, yeah.
Let's head to Torrensville. Michael, what's your breakdown of kids?
Yeah, my neighbour had 5 daughters.
Wow. Yeah. And what was it like over there?
Oh, it was good, especially when you were at high school. It was good for, you always had a date somewhere.
Oh.
Well, that's handy.
That's all right.
But 3 of the 5 daughters ended up having boys, so.
Oh,
there
okay.
you go.
Evens it out.
Yeah, it does a bit. All right. Hamish in Loberthal, what's your story?
My nan has 9 grandkids and they're all boys.
All boys.
What?
Can you name them all?
Me, my brother Jackson, my little brother Hugh, my 2 cousins Max, Zachary, other cousins Dash, Finn, other cousins Charlie, Sid.
List goes on.
It goes on. Hey, Hamish, some great names there too.
Yeah, really
what
good.
What a good lineup.
Yeah, I like
Let's go to Hectorville. G'day, Ben.
G'day, ladies and gents. How are we?
Oh, nice correction
Tell
there.
us about the boys and girls.
So all Mum wanted was girls. She had 6 boys.
No.
Got 7 grandsons.
What?
The first great-grandchild was a boy, and now she had a mix of plenty of great-granddaughters finally.
Yeah. Did she just bawl her eyes out when the first granddaughter came?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was slightly chuffed. But the
Yeah.
worst thing about being the youngest of the 6 boys is I was always called, all the other boys' names were named first.
Yeah.
So she finally got to me.
Yeah. I would get my brother.
get a bit of
Rebecca,
that.
David, Matthew, Laura.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fiona, Lindock, what's your story?
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good, Fiona.
Thanks, Fiona.
Yes, I have 4 boys. We were actually told that our youngest one was going to be a girl at our ultrasound.
Oh, no. Kidding.
right.
A sex change.
Right.
I was actually slightly devo because I was quite happy to have 4 boys because it meant I didn't have to buy anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he had other plans and we had a surprise and out popped the 4th boy. I remember my husband, who was a shift worker, and he would come home when I was pregnant with my last one, and I would be sitting on the couch bawling my eyes out, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I said, I was watching Puberty Blues, and I'm like, "Oh my God, we're going to have a girl, and it's going to be like this."
Let's head up the hills to Bridgewater. G'day, Phil.
G'day, guys. Our family was so good anyway. We had 3 boys, 3 girls. So boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, the Brady bunch.
Awesome.
All in 7.5 years. And when we lived on the York Peninsula as kids in the late 60s, early 70s, there was a family we got to know. I think they were second cousins. Had a farm just out of Maitland on the Ardrossan Road.
Yep.
They had a girl, then about 3 boys, and then a set of twin boys, a couple more boys, another set of twin boys, and 1 or 2 more. So one girl, 10 boys, including 2 sets of twins, and they thought, let's have one more go. Let's have one more go at having a girl, and they had a set of twin girls.
Oh, what's that?
3 sets of twins.
13. Yep, 3 sets of twins.
13?
Yep.
So they drive a minibus.
Yeah. 2 cars.
They worked on a farm, so there's plenty of hands.
Oh, my
definitely.
goodness.
Good on you, Phil.
You'd have to kill a sheep every week.
Oh, how'd you feed them?
It's 8:14 and it's Roo, Dits and Laws for your Wednesday morning on Triple M.
New Hilux in stock with bonus $1,000 accessories at Peter Kittle Toyota.
Triple M breakfast with Roo, Dits and Laws.
When do I get paid?
It's time for Joe's Joke. Which prosciutto kid's telling jokes today? Is it Joe, Nick, Tom, Sophie, Rosie or Rocco? Spin the prosciutto kid wheel.
Okay, who have we got there this morning?
Tom.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Good.
Hey, now, Mum's been in Bali all week. What's it been like? What's it been like just with Dad?
Good.
Okay.
Oh, you had
Dad's a
to
good
think
cook,
about it.
isn't he, Tom?
Yeah.
What did Dad cook last night?
Actually, Nan cooked for tea.
Dad's been a good cook, but
No,
Nan cooked.
Dad only got home from work at a bit before 6, so
Okay.
Nan cooked tea, didn't she, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you, do you miss Mum?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, we'll make sure we play that back to her. Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to bring you back a present?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
What would you like? What would you like to get from? You reckon, Tom? You got any ideas?
No.
Nah, you don't need
Bintang
much,
t-shirt.
Tom.
Bing Tang singlet.
That's right. Hey, did you play footy this week?
No.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you played out at Mitcham.
You play against the Hawks.
You were too excited after the Crows won, weren't you?
Yeah.
That was
all
pretty
right.
good, wasn't
Now,
it?
how many jokes have you got for us today?
2.
Okay,
All right.
what's the first one?
A man loses 3 fingers in an accident. He asked the doctor, "Will I be able to drive on this hand?" The doctor says, "Maybe, but I wouldn't count on it."
That's good.
That's very good. Very good, Tommy.
What's the other one?
What do you call someone who doesn't like pizza?
What do you call someone who doesn't like pizza?
What?
A weirdo.
A weirdo. I love it.
All right, Tommy.
Well
Good
done,
on you,
Tommy.
Tom.
Go on,
Now-
mate. Fire up today, mate. What's happening at school today? You got PE or maths or what? Well, you don't know.
No, I don't know.
All right, just
That's
get
all
there
right.
and tick the
Have
boxes.
a good day. Good on you, Tom.
All right, see you, Tom.
mate. All right,
Flat today,
kids,
Tom.
kids, ring now. 133353. Rue's got a good present for prize for you.
We've got family passes to AFL Max, a great place to party, learn, train and play. It's all indoors. Book at aflmax.com.au.
Yep, 133353. Give us your gags, kids and cars. It's Rude, It's and Loz.
When do I get paid?
It's time for Joe's Joke.
Okay, let's rip into it, shall we? Hello, Liam.
Hello.
How old are you, Liam?
6.
Six. So are you in grade 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what school do you go to?
Nazareth.
I know Nazareth. What a great school. And what's your teacher's name?
This is William, this is Miranda.
You have two
you are
teachers.
lucky to have 2
Wow.
teachers.
All right,
So
now,
lucky.
what's your joke today?
Where do sheep get their wool cut?
Where do sheep get their wool cut?
Where do sheep get
wonder
their wool
where.
cut?
Whereabouts?
At a barber.
Right, Liam.
Very, very good, Liam.
We should have known that.
That was
Well
fantastic.
done, Liam. All right, who you got there, Roo?
We've got Sloan on the line. G'day, Sloan.
Hey,
Hey,
Hi.
Sloan. What school do you go to?
I'm Trinity Roseworthy.
Oh, that's another
nice.
new school. That's a beautiful school out there, isn't it?
Yeah,
How old are you, Dal?
7.
7.
Wow.
So year 2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Now,
nice.
Sloan,
Got the
I heard
sort
a
of,
rumour that you really like radio.
I do.
You like
You
ra-
actually
oh.
speak like you could be on radio.
Yeah.
You got a very good voice.
What radio shows do you like? Hint, hint.
Read it to Moz.
Sloan. Right, you've just won a prize, Sloan.
Any others?
No.
No,
Nah.
just
Do you,
us.
like, do you like listening to sport or music? What sort of things?
Music.
Music.
Yeah,
Hilarious
all right.
people.
Tell us
Yeah.
your joke, Sloan.
How many Port Power supporters can it take to change a light bulb?
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
This is
Oh,
good.
Sloan, how
How
many?
many?
None, because the power's been out since Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Who
Sloan,
told
Sloan.
you that joke, Sloan? Dad. Who told you that one, Sloan?
Dad.
Yeah.
of course he did.
Dad's a bit of a scallywag, isn't he?
Sloan, that was
Yeah.
good.
Good on you, Sloan.
Well done, Sloan.
All right, what have you got for them, Roo?
We've got family passes to AFL Max for them. You can head down there and train and play and have a party down there. It's all indoors. Book at aflmax.com.au. Lehmo's going to join us next for a laugh.
Yep, Joe's jokes, all thanks to Peter Kittle. Their new Hilux in stock with bonus $1,000 accessories at Peter Kittle Toyota.
Sports Card World, the specialists in sports cards and trading card games. Sports Card World, Region Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Triple M breakfast with Rude, It's and Loz.
What a goal!
Overnight sports.
More injury concerns for Port Adelaide ahead of their clash with Geelong Friday night. Big Charlie Dixon limped off the track yesterday. The ruckman Jordan Sweet is ill. He hasn't trained all week, I think.
You normally get up with illness, but you never know. And Charlie, hopefully it's just hurt his
Bit of
ankle or
soreness.
whatever.
Yeah.
He should be right, surely.
Yeah. Aliir comes off the concussion protocols today, so
Yep,
he should be
he'll
right
be
to go.
fine.
And Mitch Georgiades has been training, so we thought he had a bad
Amazing.
knee coming out of the showdown, but he looks okay.
I reckon you're a chance to beat Geelong down there.
You do not.
I do.
Why are you grinning?
Because you have written them off this year. Remember last year when the Crows beat Port in the first showdown and Treader said Ken's untenable and blah, 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 and everyone wanted to rip everyone's heads off. You come out and beat Sydney in Sydney that next week against the odds.
All right.
So you're going to go
So it can
down to
happen.
Geelong and you might be able to beat Geelong in Geelong.
Well, there'll be a bit of a celebration for them. Tom Hawkins equaling Joel Selwood's record games.
I never imagined that this could be possible. It's been incredible, but I'm sure that that 10-year-old or that 6-year-old boy that started Auskick would be pretty amazed.
Oh, I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, so you've changed your tip.
Nah,
Okay.
you're a
All right.
chance. You're a good chance.
Over at the Crows.
You'll
good-
either win or you'll get beaten by more than 10 goals. Because that's what you seem to do a little bit.
okay.
One or the other.
Good news at the Crows for Luke Pedler.
Well, he's seen a couple of specialists, and I think the info he's got back from is have a crack, see if you can play with the shoulder strapped up.
Yep.
You've dislocated it. Sometimes you can keep playing. We saw James Sicily from Hawthorn dislocate his shoulder last week and went out and finished the game. So see how he goes, and if it doesn't hold up and it keeps popping out, then you go in and have the operation and miss the rest of the year anyway.
All right, now, Indigenous round coming up, and your club's going to use your Indigenous name?
Yeah, Guwana is what it is. That's translate to crows.
Yeah.
So they're going to be not called Adelaide. They're going to be called Guwana.
All right, that's our look at sport.
Yep, all thanks to Sports Card World Region Arcade Rumour Mill. Speaking of sport tomorrow, Triple M's rockin' footy, the Blues v the D's. Listen in live, an absolute blockbuster game.
Carlton are going to miss the 8 at the end of the year. There you go.
Not rating your calls this morning.
Missed the 8?
Yep.
It's controversial. Well, we'll find out tomorrow from 5:30. Our call begins then. You can listen in right here or on the Listener app. Download it now.
Ladies, unlocking the mysteries of the female mind.
The women run the country.
On Triple M Breakfast with Rudits and Laws, it's the Angels.
A couple of angels in this morning. Emma from the newsroom, hello.
Good morning.
And Emily, one of our producers. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning.
Yeah, Eminem, there you go. Roo, I remember in high school I had to get involved in a debate in our English class. Does fashion suppress individuality? Now, what that means, just to extrapolate that and explain what it means. So you're going out with a missus and she's got to put on Hollywood tape because the dress doesn't quite fit properly, or she wears the shoes that are awful, they're so painful, but gee, they look good. And it goes on and on. All the examples of so individuality takes over because you just want to look great. I raised this for a reason. I was watching that garbage yesterday out of New York, the Met Gala, where... Well, I want to play one grab to you, if I could, please.
It's a night when no look is too much or too little. The Met Gala taking red carpet fashion to new heights and lengths.
But you can't walk up the stairs. Are you going to be able to sit inside at the dinner? Who knows?
Now, who knows? So, and she wasn't the only one. Many of these actors and actresses, models, saying, well, I might not be able to sit down in this and actually eat. So we're going to have a ballroom full of women standing up because their dresses are so ridiculous.
Not about eating
That's what the whole event's about.
Ball dust.
What do you mean?
Surely, don't you have to wear something you can actually sit down, walk in for a start?
Do you know what the Met Gala is?
No.
It's a costume event for fashion.
I didn't see any fashion there. Nothing that was even close to
You
fashion.
know how you get mad at me if we're talking about sport? Like, imagine that times a billion. Like,
Yeah,
you
but-
don't understand fashion, so
They're wearing
of course
dresses,
it doesn't make sense
and then
to
they
you.
admit, I can't walk in this and I can't sit down in it to eat my dinner.
Yeah,
Are
they're
you
not
fair
walking
dinkum?
around in homie peds and Crocs. It's high fashion.
All right, so Roo and I have to go to the same Met Gala. I actually would like to think, Roo, wouldn't we wear something that, first of all, it fits? And yes,
Well,
it's
blokes
comfortable.
would, but the women don't.
If it
do
was
they?
horrendously
Do
uncomfortable,
these
you wouldn't wear
outfits
it.
actually get sold? Do people buy
No,
them, or is it just
it's a
purely an
costume
art
event.
form or
Yeah.
something?
Emily, please shed some light on this.
No one cares about what happens inside that event. It is the Met Steps. That is where all the action is. Everyone wants to know what they're wearing, so they're just probably all in. Like, I'm going to look the best.
That's the
But
moment
they
of
don't.
Yeah.
They look ridiculous.
What's
According
Met
to
stand
you,
for?
yeah.
What is Met?
Metropolitan. So it's the Metropolitan Museum over in America, in New York, and it's their big annual fundraising event so that they can fund the New York Met, the museum,
Right.
which is an art sort of thing.
What about some of them had 4 or 5 attendants, men standing around them, helping them, first of all, walk, Second of all, lift their dress and carry it for them so they could walk as
Yeah,
well.
I think I saw a singer even get lifted up the steps because
Yeah,
she couldn't even
move.
step up the steps.
She couldn't move. So that's fashion, is it?
You've had 4 blokes lifting you out.
That was on the way out.
Well, I went
Not going in.
I went to a wedding on the weekend, and about halfway through the dance floor time, everyone went and put their sneakers on. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've done that.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's efficient.
I feel like...
And they go and get changed sometimes too, don't they?
Yeah, like a second outfit. Brides will often have a
Wow.
second dress for the reception, which is much more
So these
comfortable.
dresses aren't for wearing or for looking.
No.
Just for one
to
photo.
look outrageous.
Just for one photo on the way in.
And it shows like the designer's creativity. Like Loz was saying, that one had that moving.
One of them was like a
butterflies.
mechanical one where it had butterflies flapping on it.
Would
It's
you
not
buy
a-
one of those?
It's not an ad for selling clothes, Dits. It's about costume and art. It's not about selling clothes.
Not about comfort.
No, and it's not about sneakers on the dance floor. It's, it's...
Well, they would have saved on the catering, wouldn't they? Because no one could sit down.
Well, someone just wore a sheet. Yeah, she was a wet sheet too. Jared our producer went, see, that's not fashion. Wait, I can see her boobs. That's pretty good.
Oh, Tommy, man.
See, that's the sort of person we work with.
He's
isn't it?
engaged. They're about to get married, Loz. You're just throwing him under the bus.
He ain't made of wood. He's
So,
only human.
all right, quick straw poll. Did you girls like what you saw? You like the fashion?
Some of it I thought was beautiful. Some of it I thought was a waste of time.
Yeah.
But it's not about going there and sitting down and having dinner. That's not the point of the event. It's a showcase.
Em, did you like it?
I liked Chris Hemsworth. He looked good.
There you go. He could actually walk and talk in what he was wearing. He was comfortable. Emily?
I wouldn't care about
I
his
think
talking.
like it's good to watch. I wouldn't wear any of it, but for the concept of what it is, great. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for your help. The Angels.
Rude, it's a loss. Triple M.